On her travels around the globe, Golfing World's Anna Whiteley is constantly picking up tips from the game's leading figures to help improve her golf and hopefully yours as well.
Wow!
Today, she's at Essendon Country Club, working on a long game with one of golf's biggest hitters.
Distance off the tee is a huge advantage in anyone's game, so who better to give us a few tips than 2016 World Long Drive champion Joe Miller.
Thank you.
Joe, you have been known to drive the ball over 500 yards. The distance that you get is incredible.
Yeah.
What have you got in store for us today?
Well, we're just going to talk about a few things that, some of the problems that I see, with amateur guys who are looking to increase distance a little bit more. Most of the time, you see it and there's just basically a lack of a range of movement.
Yeah.
So for long drivers, what you see in long drivers, we generate a lot of force. Obviously, most of the guys are pretty strong. But coupled with that, we have a massive range of movement. You see all the guys, me especially, this club head travels a long, long way. And that's all that's doing is allowing the speed of the head to catch up basically and to speed up at impact. What you tend to see with a lot of amateur golfers is they'll address the ball and they might have a great setup and things like that, but they're almost scared to get it going past anything, to parallel or even past parallel, which is a big mistake for distance, right? So, if you are an amateur golfer at home who struggles a little bit with that, and you've got the technique and you hit the ball pretty straight, but you just can't seem to gain the distance, then my first tip would be is to get practice in moving that club head to parallel and sort of beyond. Not necessarily on the golf course on the first hole, but on the driving range. Work with a heavier club. Work if flexibility is a bit of an issue. You can work on that outside of the golf course and in the gym.
And what would you say to those people who just feel like they lose control as soon as they go beyond parallel? They
will do, but basically what happens is, it's something that they don't practice. So all of a sudden I tell you to go and swing it, a foot longer than you normally would. It's going to feel completely alien and terrible, and you're going to get to the point here and everything's going to be out of position. So this is something that you practice on the range or even at home in the garden, wherever it'll be. Get a weighted club, get something you can strap to the driver and make it a little bit heavier, and just practice going past parallel, lifting, getting to a point here where there's your normal swing.
Yeah.
But we want to get, start seeing that shoulder turn even more, start seeing that head come round.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you have to be a long driver and start swinging it all the way around here, but the more you can do that, the further you can get that range of motion going, the more distance you're going to see out of it, and the more you're going to feel comfortable while you do it as well.
Okay, go on.
So let's have a look.
Show us how you do it, Joe. I mean, it's just so impressive. How much work does it take to feel confident with a swing like that?
It takes hours and hours and hours,
Yeah,
and days and months. And it does take a long time, but people who play golf are in it for the long run, I think. And if they want the truth is the further this club will travel, the more speed you're going to generate, okay? It's going to be out of control at first, but the more we practice it, the better it's going to feel, and hopefully the longer the drives are going to be.
All right then, give us a go.
You want to have a go?
Yeah.
Let's tee one up.
Because, well, unless you swing in front of a mirror, you never really know how far you're coming back.
So what we've seen is you swing to parallel,
okay,
and you feel comfortable at parallel, but again, away from the first tee or the second tee or wherever it would be, work on getting the range of movement a bit longer, okay, bigger shoulder turn, so you feel comfortable with it, and then you can unleash it on the golf course.
So just for a practice swing.
There we go. That was nice.
I can feel my wrists crack. They don't normally go back that far. Okay. Ready? Wow.
Perfect. Perfect.
I actually connected pretty well to that.
There you go. So what a lot of people, they get to that point there where they feel safe, and past it they feel scared.
I had no idea what was going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. But what you can be sure of is, again, the longer that will travel, okay, the faster and more time it's going to have to gain speed on the way down.
Yeah.
You're just going to get so much more yardage if you practice it. Now, again, make sure we emphasise that. We have to practice that.
In a safe environment.
In a safe place, away from anyone, but you will get more distance out of it.
And that is really how you create, if not all of your distance.
That's how you create more club head speed,
Joe, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
World Long Drive champion.